The fire that broke out at the police flats in Sophiatown, Johannesburg, has been extinguished. Reporter Janke Tolme is outside the flats with the very latest. Janke, we understand that fire extinguished, not too serious if we look at the extent of time. Give us the latest there.
Yes, luckily no injuries here at the fire, and it was contained by fire and emergency services not long after it started. I'm just going to ask Tammy, my colleague, to just give you a quick look at the damage to the building. We understand that the fire started in the lift around the second floor, and it did spread to some other floors, but at the end of the day it was contained pretty quick before it could damage to many of the units in the building. This is a building that's owned by the Public Works Department. It is the police flats here in Sophiatown where members of the South African Police Service stay or are supposed to stay. We do know that there's been some controversy around the people who are currently living in the building. But yes, actually all the emergency services have left. When we just got here, they were actually taking off the tape that was surrounded around the building, and families have now been allowed to move back into the building. Most parts of the building, we're not quite sure about the parts that were specifically affected. But I do have a guest here with me, Mr. Doe Steyn from the West Union Sophiatown Residents Association, who's just going to give us a quick update from his side. Mr. Steyn, thank you for joining us. Just the latest update from your side about what you understand exactly happened and what is the process now going forward.
Okay, so we spoke to emergency services just before they left. They cannot tell us at this stage what caused the fire. The blaze has been controlled. The one flat that's burned down has been sealed off, and they say that the building is structurally still safe. So the people can still go back into the building and they can still stay here, which we're very happy about. So yeah, luckily no injuries, no loss of life, and we're very happy about it, and we're happy that the fire department responded so quickly. And you know, it couldn't spread any further, and we hope that out of this comes a way out so that Public Works can actually come to the party and say, listen, we're going to upgrade the building, we're going to maintain it, make sure that it's safe, and especially for our South African Police Service members, so that they know when they go to work protecting communities that their families are safe at home.
Just on two issues. Firstly, given the reports around the limited number of fire engines available in Johannesburg, residents can be pretty fortunate and happy that it couldn't spread much further and that the fire emergency, the services could get here quick enough.
Yes, that was one of our main concerns when we arrived this afternoon after we initially got phoned about the fire. So we were concerned that we might not get fire department here quickly, but they responded very quickly. They sent 4 units, and we're very happy about that, and we want to thank them as well. You know, they contained it very quickly, and that limited the loss of property and loss of life, definitely.
And now to go on to the maintenance. I've spoken to you now today, as well as a couple of residents in the building, and definitely a concern about the maintenance and the upkeep of the building, and that makes one wonder about how the fire could have started as well. And just if you take a quick look at the building, there's quite a number of concerns.
Yes, so when we spoke to emergency services, they said the fact that there was so much rubble and dirt within the shaft itself that caused the fire to spread rapidly. So we're hoping that after this there will be much more pressure, not only from our side as an association, but also from council, to get Public Works, who's a provincial entity, to come to the party, upgrade the building, make sure that it's cleaned properly and maintained properly. I think that's one of our biggest concerns. And, you know, like I said, it's family members of South African police members that stays here, and it's not safe. If you look at the building itself, you know, it might structurally be safe, but it's falling apart slowly but surely, and there's been no maintenance. If you go through these garages, most of them are full of rubble, they can't lock. You get vehicles that's stolen from here, and like I said, the reports that there is people staying here that do not work for government. That's a huge concern, and I hope that gets addressed properly after this. From an association side, we will definitely be writing to the Premier this week to get him onto the case, and even to the President himself. You know, it's unacceptable that our people have to live in conditions like this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steyn. There you have it, just a quick update on this building. Not only the fire that broke out that is a concern, but just in general, as I've mentioned, I've spoken to residents here as well who've all raised concerns about the upkeep and the maintenance of the building. Just an example that I can give you, the fact that there's 15 floors in this building, but the lifts aren't working, which means that if you were on the top floors, for the 15th or 14th floor, you had to run down the stairs past all that smoke, people having to move up and down 15 floors. It is a concern. So definitely hoping to get some answers. But as I've mentioned on the reports that there are a limited number of fire engines in Johannesburg available, that is important, that there was a limited amount of damage to the property and that no one was injured.
Thank you very much for that update. Our reporter Janke Tolmay coming to us there from Sophiatown on the site of that fire which has been extinguished.